Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday night with Sequoia. Um, for the last few weeks, put it this way, ever since we pushed out the 100% fix and flip program, we attracted a lot of attentions. Um, I think we pushed it out about a month ago. We already have one that is closed. About 4 or 5 is in the pipeline that's ready to get closed, and more this type of loan is coming in. And last Friday, we did another training with Mo with his team, and also sparked a lot of interest about what this deal is all about. Is this thing for real or not? I still remember there's a gentleman in the call saying that, hey, he has been in the industry for a long time, and a lot of people out there saying that they can do 100% funding for fix and flips, but he never seen one actually closed. So, I thought to myself, hey, if that's the case, that since there's so many people want to know about this project or want to know about this product, might as well to have our loan advisor to come online again to share with us what are they doing in the back end, how are they funding these deals, and is this thing real or not? What are the different type of funding guidelines, so on and so forth, so that you and I can understand about this particular program in more detail. So many of you already met him, Steve, on the call right now. Many of you met him, and also many of you met Jeff, and a lot of you already talked to Georges, who is our loan processing manager, and he helped many of us to push the deal through to get this thing closed. So tonight we are going to ask Stephen to come on to our platform one more time, to not in any more detail, because again, if you want to learn about the detail, you can actually always go back to our YouTube channel to watch that video in detail. But what he's here tonight is, again, to share with us basic guidelines about this program. What do you need to watch out for? Perhaps a case study, perhaps the one that we just closed not long ago with Benny's client. His name is Shelby, or other information that you need to know. Okay, so again, tonight is more like in a relaxed environment that he's going to share with you a lot more information like this, and after that we do a Q&A. Okay, so without further ado, Stephen, the floor is yours. Take your time.
Hey, thanks, Alan. Yeah, so first of all, can everybody hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can. All right, great. Yeah, so I'm a loan advisor, a capital source for Alan and Mr. Franco, and I work pretty closely with them. They're good guys. Alan, when you talk about the 100% financing, you make it sound so mythical, like we're chasing the Loch Ness Monster or something like that, but it doesn't have to be, man. You just need the right borrower, the right deal, and they have to be buying it at the right price. So those are the key components. So some of the products that we offer that you also in extension get access to are fix and flip, new construction, and then some rental bridge loans that we offer. A majority of our products are going to be deferred interest so no monthly payments, but then we also finance the points into the loan as well. So kind of the best of both worlds. Where I wanted to start, and yes, I have access to share the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, so you guys don't have to see me. All right. So first thing I wanted to talk about was just like our standard matrix for the loans that we offer. So we take on new investors too. So we have the 0 to 1 column. We'll lend you, actually, that our max loan was $750K. We just bumped it to $1 million yesterday. So you can get some even bigger whale-sized loans out there if you want to go after them. But we take on investors at all experience levels. So 0 to 1, we're going to be at 80% loan to cost. 2 to 3, we're going to be at 85. 4 to 7, we're going to be at 90. And then 8 or more, we're also going to be at 90. So really that 4 to, we'll just say more, it's kind of the sweet spot for lending. Elvis, I see that you have your hand up. Can I like to answer your question if you have one, sir?
Steve, why don't you go through it first and before the Q&A?
Okay. Yep, absolutely.
Actually, I was just asking for a password because I have to invite for the call.
I think
he's at that.
Oh, let's mute him.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we're gonna do the Q&A at the end. So this is the pricing matrix. It goes purchase and renovation, new construction, and then heavy rehab. The rate for new construction was also 13.5%. But just yesterday we dropped it to 11.5. So when the rest of the world is increasing rates, we're lowering them for borrowers. So why did I say the 4 to 7 is kind of the sweet spot? So we'll move right into that on my next slide. So how we are doing the full stack right now, or the 100% financing, is that, let's say we're doing an 85-100 program. So a borrower has a purchase price of 100,000, a rehab budget of 30,000, and an ARV of, we'll say, 230. So their down payment's roughly going to be somewhere between 15 and 18,000. But what we're doing is internally, so not externally, because we don't allow second liens that are not our own, we're basically coming in behind them and we're creating a second lien to where the borrower can get their down payment also funded. So in aggregate, it is a true 100% loan. I had one a couple months ago that I did, and we actually financed 100% of the loan. We even came to the closing table with some of the closing costs. So, and I'll show you how that'll work in a second. So some of the criteria for the full stack, we need a 680 credit score. We need at least 4 flips in the last 5 years. So from experience and criteria, I want you to like think about a couple things. Most lenders will go back 3 years for experience. So we kind of break orthodoxy in that area too, because we go back 5 years. So any flips done in the last 5 years count. Any rentals owned or exited also count as experience. And if you're working with a builder, and they are a licensed GC, we give them an automatic 2 experience. And we also will count, like if they pull permits and stuff like that, we qualify some of that as well. So the minimum and maximum loan amounts for second liens are going to be around anywhere between 15K and 150K. The second lien is always going to be Dutch interest. So it's constantly accruing. It's also going to be deferred. So on every second lien that we do for the 100% financing, there's going to be a minimum fee of either 3.5% or $2,500, whichever is greater. And we lend in currently 35 different states right now, and the second liens and the 100% financing is eligible in all of those states. So I know it says 6+ experience, but that is also wrong. They're working on getting our current guidelines updated. It's 4 experience. I just want to reiterate that. Those are the main things that I would like to cover on the second lien product. I'm going to give you guys an example too. So give me just 1 second here. So this is a real-time scenario that Mr. Franco and I are currently working on. So if you see the pricing calculator here, the purchase price is $120,000. The rehab budget's about $35K, and the after repair value is $230,000. So you might be looking at it thinking, that's not a 100% loan. What are you talking about, man? Good question. So we have to stay in that 85-100 range on the first loan or the first lien. And so if you look at the day one LTV, I don't know if you can see my arrow, but right here, We're right at an 85-100 in this scenario. But where we make it a second lien is we come in behind and we have a second lien calculator that we use. So the investor return on investment has to be at least 10% on a 12-month hold for it to work for us. So like in this scenario that we're working on, go back for 1 second. 120 purchase, 35 rehab, 230 after repair value. I have an $18,000 down payment. Then I go over to my second lien calculator. So the first lien rate's 10.5. The second lien interest rate's going to be 18%. Doing a minimum origination fee of $2,500 right there. And I'm actually trying to give us about $4,500 to contribute to closing. So all things calculated, we have this overflow that shows us like what their profit would be if they held the loan for 9 months or 12 months or 15 months. And then our calculator also shows you like, what would both loans cost over the full 12 months? What would it look like if they held the loan for 12 months? Then they had to exit the property. You got to pay your realtors. You're going to have holding costs. You're going to have taxes, all that stuff. So this actually calculates for it so that they'll still make at least 12% if they held it for 12 months. If they held it for 6 months, the return on investment would be even greater. 3 months, even better, right? But we have to look at it from, okay, what happens if it is an apocalyptic scenario? They can't exit it. The time to sell is like enormous. Takes a long time to exit, whatever reason. So we look at it from that scenario, and as long as it holds strong above 11 or 10%, then we're good. So this scenario works. So in this instance, the borrower could actually walk away. They're going to pay. So we're funding the second lien to make it 100%. Let's say title, insurance, and fees are $4,000. They could walk away with a $500 check at closing. Now, normally those fees come and creep in and cause for more cost, but in this scenario, if everything worked out perfect, they might get a check at closing. So that is, it's kind of the full stack 100% financing in a nutshell. So I'd like to answer any questions that you guys might have, or if there's something that I went through too fast, please feel free to ask me. But I am open for questions.
Let me jump in right here. So whatever Steven showed you, that it's actually what we are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. A lot of you guys asking us, hey, Alan, give me the rate, give me the... I have been telling everybody that, hey, we need to structure the deal first. Now, what does it mean when I tell you we need to structure the deal first? I'm so glad that Steven showed you exactly what we are doing in the back office. So many times the loan advisor, such as Stevens or Georges or myself or Jared or Mo or G, it depending on what type of product that we are talking about. So once the deal comes into the back office, and that is what we do to try to make things work. So it's not that easy to put the deal together. So many of people, obviously on our platform, the Sequoia platform, we don't need you to understand all these. And I bet if I need you to learn how to do all these things on your own, nobody's going to make no money. And many of you will just die out of the business. And that's why we build a Sequoia platform where you focusing on generating deals. You bring it onto our platform, and we have advisors like Stevens and Georges in the back office to deal with calculators like this. Now, when you look at something like this, well, if you deal with it on a day-to-day basis, it might be easy for you. But if you've never done something like this, and it could be very overwhelming. And that is why we don't want you to get involved with the back office. And that is the main reason. Because again, it's just like driving a car, right? Everybody loves to drive. I mean, we drive a car. But if I open up the hood and I teach, and I tell you that how the engine works, how the spark plug works, how all these transmission work, and open up the hood for you, And I bet a lot of you is going to get scared looking at all those mechanical stuff under the hood. And what you are seeing, Sequoia, is that beautiful the car outside. And 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 Stevens and Georges and Mo's and all these people are actually the mechanics that does all these, fix the cost. So that is what happened behind the scene. So that's why we ask you, please, one thing, that all this training that we provided, it's not meant to overwhelm you, but to let you know what our capability is and how we make the deal work. But what you need to focusing on is that, hey, believe in us, believe in the system, believe in our advisor, that when your deal comes in, as long as the deal makes sense, we will close that deal for you. Now, what does it mean by when a deal makes sense? All the numbers. When you plug in all the numbers into the calculator and the deal comes up saying that, hey, this deal is not making any money at all. The construction budget does not make sense. The purchase price is too high. The ARV is too low, whatever that might be. And if the deal doesn't make sense based on the calculator, it is not going to work. But as long as the number makes sense, we will get this deal done, right? So if you have questions, please put into the job box. But right here, I want to bring up a person. I never talked to him, but again, he's the one that's submitting a lot of this deal. He has 4 of these deals in the pipeline. So I want him to come up to share with us his experience. So, Mr. Benny Miller, are you online?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Benny, let us know, your experience. How do you do this? Share with us your experience with our platform.
Well, just like you said, Alan, the platform is great to work on. I don't try to overemphasize the program. I just, with the investor, we put in the information far as the application, and you and your team, Sequoia, you get that information. And once you get that information, just like you said, you go through all that data, calculating the numbers, the formulas, and things of that nature. I don't get involved in that in no kind of way. I don't talk to the investor about that. Georges, he is great communicating with the investor of what's going on behind the scene. I let the Sequoia team and Georges do the talking to the investor. He likes the program. He's been approved for 4 fix and flips. We had just put in for 1 fix and flip, and Georges said, no, Benny, we got him approved for 4. I said, what? And the way we went and off to the races, we closed 1. We wrote 2 more contracts on fix and flips right now. And George has called me today, this evening, on another fix and flip he wrote a contract on, and the numbers did not work out 100% properly for the platform. But Georgia said, go back to the investor or go back to the lender, because this was a foreclosed property, and see if they will lower the sales price, maybe $3,000 or $4,000, and he'll qualify for that home 100% financing. So I'm going to call the lender tomorrow, well, the agent tomorrow that's representing the foreclosed property, and see if they would consider lowering the price of that home by approximately $4,000. And there'll be another fix and flip that this investor will have in his arsenal to move forward on. One other thing right quick. The investor got approved for the fix and flip we closed on last week. He already has the property, I say, by 75% completed with the rehab to put it back on the market next week. And I'm going to list that property, and we're going to get it sold. That's
beautiful.
it.
I mean, definitely is a beautiful story. See, just Benny, just one client, he already have he makes so many deals from one client. And I bet this client is coming back deal after deal after deal after deal. So what you need to focusing on, this is what I see. I see a lot of the agents is trying to get involved with the processing, which is fine. We will let you know what the processing is. We will include you in it, but that is not where your focus is supposed to be. Your focus is supposed to be bringing more investors, like what Benny does. Okay. I'm not sure. It's Mr. George Frankos. Are you online? George is our loan advisor. Many of you probably already know. So that is very important.
Hey, Alan, I'm here.
Hey, George, good to hear from you. So it's very, very important if you have never done a deal before, please do not try to do this thing by yourself. I mean, even though you might think that you might know, Benny is a loan officer himself, but instead he would just let George just deal with everything because again, coming from a traditional funding industry versus the commercial funding space is totally different. So I would suggest you, if this is your first deal, please work with our loan advisor, like Mo, like George's, like G, and so on and so forth, because they are the one that knows how to speak to your client. They are the one that, hey, once they look at a problem, they know how to solve that problem. I mean, if at the end of the day, if we cannot close the deal, we cannot close it. But along the way, we will give out a lot of suggestions, just like Benny say, hey, perhaps we can go back there to lower the interest rate. Perhaps we can go back there to lower the purchase loan amount, so on and so forth, right? So George, since you're here, George is our processing manager right here. He deal with a 1 to 4 unit fix and flip, so on and so forth. So George, why don't you share with everyone that what your role is and how you get all these deal closed? Georges, you're on mute.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, Alan. I had on mute. I'm sorry. Yeah. So the way we're operating nowadays is, we get the online submission form in, we strategize, we figure out who's going to be the best lender for that particular project, and we definitely go to work on talking to the borrower, collecting documentation, and coordinating with the lender. So as in this case here, with the gentleman who closed the deal and is working on another one that he was talking about. Same thing. A lot of coordination went on with that, where we spoke to him, we got the information. There's a couple of things that he had to work through, which we were able to work through. Again, just things that we identified, we found solutions, and we basically made it work. And so to Alan's point, definitely, if I said this last time we spoke, some people are really good at generating leads, some are good at getting things done, some are good at marketing. So let us handle the stuff, let us handle the processing, let us handle the paperwork, let's get that off your plate so you can focus on getting more deals in the door.
Yeah, also, let me just add to that, guys, that George is really, really, really structured and proficient. He's very organized, he's very detailed, he's very on top of the files. So, you definitely want to have someone like George processing your file, okay? So I just wanted to throw that in there for free, George. You owe me like $20, man.
I got you. I give you 25.
All right.
So any questions regarding to this 100% fix and flip? So guys, please have the confidence, okay? Yes, we can get it done and it's already closed and there are many, it's in the pipeline to be closed. So have that confidence when you go out there to talk to your investor. But however, we never promise anything. I always at the end, I say that yes, we can definitely get this thing closed for you as long as your deal makes sense. Okay, that is very, very important. Okay. Any questions for Stephen? I know that Stephen needs to get out of where he is right now.
I got 10 minutes, 10, 15, so you're good. I mean,
okay.
So
okay, I see a question right here. It's asking GC and rental owners count as how much experience exactly?
yeah, good question. So the GC license counts as an automatic 2 experience. So if I have a GC license and I own 2 rental properties, I'm at 4, I would qualify for the 100% financing. When another way to look at it too, and I'm kind of maybe going down a nuanced trail, but for builders, because we do a lot of new construction too. If you bring us a builder and they have a GC license, but they've like only done work for other people, you're like, well, they're trapped at 2, they can't do anything. But the reality is, if they can provide 4 pulled permits in the last 5 years, we'll give them that 4 for experience. They'll qualify for this program. They'll qualify for our new construction program. The craziest thing is, lending money for somebody to do new construction that has 4 rental properties and has never done a fix and flip, because we've done that. We do that. I hope that kind of breaks that down a little bit for you.
Can
Yeah,
investor
Steven.
use business credit instead of personal credit to qualify the 100% financing?
Yeah, good question. We do require personal guarantees. We don't pull business credit, which is in the investor world. Investors will come in with new entities for every deal for the umbrella of protection that it provides. So it's a good thing in that aspect that we do not, but the credit that we do in and of itself is a soft pull. So it's non-impacting to the borrower.
If the borrower pull their own credit, can you use it, or you have to pull your own?
No, we would, our processing team, I would say, let's do it, but our processing team would beat me up and you'd find me in the alley or something, because they want to do it themselves. Because otherwise everybody will send you a picture of their Credit Karma, or you know what I mean, a personally pulled report.
Okay. So what if the client does not have the credit score?
If they don't have the credit score, they can pair up with a credit partner. So a lot of our investors, they come to us, they're in the 5s or like low 6s, because they always run a high Lowe's credit card balance or Home Depot credit card balance, because the best investors are getting stuff done and messing stuff up, and they're going to have lower credit. What you're looking for, though, and what works is you can find somebody that'll character witness, hop on, sign on the loan with them, give them that credit guarantee. We can combine that experience with that credit guarantee to get some stuff done.
I also have another, oftentimes my people ask me saying that, hey, they have been working in a construction company. They know how to do this kind of stuff. They have done this thing for their clients, but now finally they come out here to do this thing on their own, but they don't have anything under their name. So besides of checking on the address, are there any alternative way that you can verify the experience? For example, let's say they put a permit using their own name, or so on and so forth.
That's a tough one. Like, I first always acknowledge what they're saying. Like, I'm like, you're more than qualified, but on paper, it's tough to verify, and so it wouldn't count technically. But there's some states that don't have GC lights, like Texas, Oklahoma. Like, there's some states, and if they come to us, we know they don't require a GC license. If they can still provide us the bore permits that they've pulled. Now, if it is a state where they do require GC license, we are going to ask for a copy of it for sure. But yeah.
Okay, good. Anyone else?
Yeah, what type of loan and cost can we see up for development for experienced developers with 4 or more permits within how many years did you say?
4 experience for are you talking about for new construction?
Yes.
Yeah. So my caveats with new construction are that we require permits, plans, survey prior to like underwriting closing. So that's kind of a nice way of saying we need you to own the lot. Unless you're buying with permits, plans, and surveys already in place. But we can usually cash out part of the lot if you do own it. It'll go towards your skin in the game, but we're looking at 85% loan to cost on new construction. So a scenario I'm doing right now, should fund next week. It's a Florida deal. You guys aren't going to be surprised by this. $250,000 lot. They own it free and clear. $187,000 new construction. And a $550 after repair value, but we're giving them $150,000 cash out of the lot, and we're giving them their construction budget, and they're still well under 70% of the ARV, so they're not bringing anything. We're cutting them a check at closing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
For new construction, so if many of them, they don't have the ground up construction experience, but they hire GC to build the house. Do you need the GC to be on the loan with them?
No, so like I could bring in somebody that owns 4 rental properties and they would qualify. Now we're gonna ask for, if they're not the GC on it, we're gonna ask for a copy of the GC contract, copy of the GC license. But there's not a lot of builders that are gonna want to guarantee a loan.
Right.
Just for the sake of their reputation.
Right. Absolutely. Well, that's good. That opens up a lot of door for us because there's a lot of other companies out there do require the GC to be a part of the loan. So that actually turned off a lot of people.
Well, I got 3 million leads for you because that's how many houses we are short in the country right now. So
Yep.
Go find the people that are building them. Let's get some done.
Yep, absolutely.
When you add a credit partner for the fix and flips or the buy and hold, what percentage of that LLC do they need to hold? Like 80% maybe?
No. If
Yep.
if we distinguish that they're a credit partner, I don't like to give advice on that because I always say consult an attorney because I'll never be on an email where I told somebody to structure an operating agreement a certain way. But a credit partner could be 1% owner, but there's still going to be a wet signature on the HUD, so they're still going to have skin in the game.
And is that a season? Is it a seasoning period of them being on the LLC? Can he hop on the LLC with them and become a credit partner? Yeah.
Happens continuously every day.
Gotcha.
I have a potential client who is a developer in Georgia. She has the land, she has the drawing, she has the contractor, she has the GC. She just needs the money. What does it take in order to get this deal done by you all?
She has the experience too.
Yes, she has the experience as well.
Okay. Alan, are you cool if I just run that exercise of this loan?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go and share screen. All right, Mr. Damon.
Yes, sir.
Let's go new construction. How many experience? You saying 4 to 7 or 8+? What do we think?
8+.
Okay. So let's start with the new construction, like the lot value. How long has she owned the lot? What's it worth?
Wow, I wasn't prepared for all this.
Nope, that's totally fine. What do we think? Like if we want to say 30, 40,000, 50?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we'll say 50,000 for round numbers.
Yes. Okay.
What do we think her build cost is?
Let's say 150,000.
I like it. Let's do it. So 150,000. So we're gonna say the after repair value is,
let's say 280.
280. I like it.
Yep.
Okay, so she owns a lot free and clear in this situation. All right, I got a couple triggers here that I have to be below. So this is basically lot value, build budget, got to be below 85% skin in the game. So skin in the game is the LTC actual. So I'm going to go 35,000 for round numbers. I'm going to go down. So a little bit more. So this would meet almost all my boxes. There we go. So now it fits. So 31,500 is the down payment, but we're going to acknowledge that she already owns the lot free and clear. So I'm basically exchanging $31,000 worth of value from the lot as skin in the game, because then that'll put us at below 85% loan to cost. It'll put us below 70% of the after repair value. And since we're only using 31,500 of the equity she has in the land, our day one would roughly be 18,500. So on this one, Damon, she's gonna really like you because we're gonna cut her a check for 18,500. We're going to, and then so most of our loan products are going to be Dutch interest. New construction is one that we reserve distinctly for interest on dispersed. So her construction budget of 150 won't start accruing interest until she starts taking draws. But yeah, that's what this one would look like, man. I'd say this is a good deal. You need to get it over to George as soon as possible, man. Let's fund it.
Okay, I'll get on the call, get on the phone with her this evening.
Yep, submit
Thank
the
you.
construction scenario form.
Thank you.
Yep. And that is why when you submit a construction scenario form, we always respond to that email with two things. Okay. Number one, we always ask for construction budget. So as you can see on that scenario, it's saying that the construction budget is $150,000, and we wanted the lender want to see how you break down the $150,000, right? So that's the first thing we ask for. The second thing that we always ask for is a track record to show us that the 4 deals that you have done in the last 5 years. So it's very important for you to have your clients to fill those two out as accurate as possible. Now, they can definitely use their own form, doesn't have to use ours. But again, if they don't have one, definitely use ours. Okay. Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, I got one real quick. So I'm a active project manager currently in residential. They do remodeling, plaza. And I just took this position down here in Florida. I have commercial superintendent where I get W-2, so I have a paycheck and everything that's coming through from companies. And also I own a business in Ohio, which is a non-GC state, where you don't have to have the license outside of MEPS. And so up there, my company, under my name as well as my company, has pulled permits for various buildings, for fix and flips, for other things like that, under like another lender name that was owning the property, but I was the active GC on the property. Would that constitute as the experience from W-2 payments from an actual position as a superintendent on the field, as well as project manager, as well as the permitting for GC and personal name on said states?
So the W-2 stuff wouldn't probably do that much. Where are you wanting to build? Are you wanting to build in Florida or Ohio?
Nope, run up in Ohio. So my business has been incorporated since 2009. And I've done everything. I'm actually certified in multiple Gulf states. I just got to reinstate my business in Florida. Just go ahead and pay the admin fee of like $300, reinstate my corporation down there. But my experience is like Montgomery, Greene County, Ohio. They've familiar with the market as well as the inspectors and everybody else up there. But I've been pulling permits. I've been pulling permits over 20 years up in Ohio under my name, through Montgomery and Greene County, various. I'm also a certified, so I have certification in a lot of it. I carry OSHA cards. And then that's why I was just wondering about the experience, because I've been doing superintendent work on outside of resume, but I mean, my experience is extensive.
I would say,
Outside of
go ahead, sorry.
Outside of me having the property in my name and me flipping it with the numbers, I have a lot of documentation proving like I'm the GC, or I'm the one that's, running this project, making sure everything's under budget, such and such. Now more in a accounting type of a role with the project managing, seeing the numbers, allocating numbers and change orders and other things like that. So, but I've
Send me
been
this
doing,
scenario on paper. I want to look at it. I mean, I think that Ohio is a unicorn state. For some reason, I thought
Yep.
you have to be bonded there, but will you send this scenario to Georges, and let's take a look at it. I'll get some feedback from underwriting. We can see what we can do, man. I'd
yeah,
like-
because I'm in the process of the credit repair aspect. So as soon as that is all done and I'm right at the numbers where I want to, I'm ready to pull the trigger and start doing things up in Ohio.
Cool, man.
And-
Yep, send it to Georges.
All right, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Considering that we're addressing companies and corporations, what's our status with funding LLCs for these fixes and fix and flips and the funding?
So we only close under LLCs. We because we're technically a commercial lender. We have less red tape to cut through. It makes it so that we can get our footprint wider, fund more dollars, because we're doing business to business loans for the sake of investment properties. So we have significantly more footprint without all the tape and regulations and rules. So run it, man. Let's do it.
But they have to be PG corporations and the companies that we're funding.
Mm-hmm. We have personal guarantor.
So as far as the net 30s, the paydex score, none of that matters because it's being PG.
I didn't catch part of that. I'm sorry.
I said when you have these LLCs and they wanted to have some business credit behind it,
We
the
don't.
net 30s, the credit cards, do that matter because they're PG in it?
No, we don't pull. We're never going to pull business credit. We're only going to pull credit on the guarantors within that business.
Okay.
Yeah, because one thing is that the reason that they don't do is because a lot of the investor, when they purchase a project, they will put that project in different LLC. So for example, when they purchase a property 123 Main Street, they will set up an LLC called 123 Main Street LLC to do that project. And then the next project, it might be ABC Avenue. Then they will say ABC Avenue LLC, and might be different partners. So again, I mean, lenders only look at the person who's actually owning that LLC, because many times that LLC doesn't have any history whatsoever. They set up the LLC in the morning and they start buying property using that LLC in the afternoon. So again, looking at the history of that particular LLC, that the credit score, it doesn't really make sense for this type of loans.
So guys, I do have to go, but I do actually want to say two things, maybe more. I don't know. A, thanks for letting me hop on and share with you guys tonight. It's really been an honor and a privilege. B, what I would say is that you have some good leaders here. Alan, Georges, everyone else, they're awesome. They know what they're doing. And I think the advice to not get too far down on any rabbit trail is really wise, because we all have things that we're good at.
Oh, I think it frees up. So again, I'm not sure if Steven's going to come back or not. Probably somebody kick him out of the room. He's actually in the library to do this presentation for us. But anyway, so you hear from him. One thing is that is what the Sequoia platform is all about. So when we set up this platform some time ago, we try so many different times, so many, what would be the best way for us to build this platform so that everybody can be benefit out of it. Now, to a lot of, at the beginning, when we had this platform, just like any other mortgage company where we teach every single one how to get this thing done, how to do commercial, and it turned out to be that it's just very, very difficult. I mean, you saw the sizer, right? Now let me show you another sizer. Okay, let me show you another sizer right here. So, okay, you see my screen right here? This is another lender sizer. Okay, so again, this one, again, you look at this one, this is for 1 to 4 unit investment properties. So for example, somebody saying, hey, I'm going to purchase an investment property. How does it work? So and so forth. Now, if you want to talk about a portfolio loan, right? So now we have another size of a portfolio loan. We have multifamily. I believe that we have multifamily portfolio, whatever that might be. Again, there's so many different sizes, and that's just for one lender. Okay, that's just for one lender. So it is impossible for us to teach every single consultant how to use this sizer, and not to mention a lot of these sizers, they update every single month because the interest rate changes, the policy change, the market changes. So again, all these things, we are dealing with 30, 40 different sizers on a day-to-day basis. That is going to be very overwhelming. And also for Mo, for his gap funding, and every client that comes in, he's not just, let's say somebody that needs $300,000. That $300,000 is not from one lender. It could be from 4 or 5 different lenders that stack together to give him the $300,000. So behind the scene, it's quite complicated, as you can see now. So that is why for the longest time, we have been brainstorming what would be the best way so that we can have people can benefit from this platform. So that's where Sequoia come from. So for you, all you have to do is just to focus on generating the deals. Don't wait. A lot of people saying that, oh, let me wait until this deal closed, then I go look for another one. No, that is totally wrong. That's not the way to run this business. Your job is like a machine. Every single day, you go out there to look for a deal. Regardless it closed or not, this is your business. It's to out there generating the deals. Once the deal comes in, then it's our business to close that deal for you, right? So again, that is how this team works. So now by sharing with everyone about the back office, bringing in different loan advisors and loan consultants to come in here to talk to everyone about all these back end, it's just to let you know, to just give you a taste what's behind the scene. But absolutely, we don't want you to get stuck into learning all these little detail stuff, because again, you have people like George's, Jared, and G's, and Mo's, and myself, and you know, the whole team, the advisor team is here to help you out. Okay, so if you're not a Sequoia member yet, if this is the first time that you're here, we welcome you. And our goal is not to just close a deal or two. Our goal is to really to disrupt the commercial lending industry. Before Sequoia, I bet you a lot of the people already know other clients that needs funding, but they have no idea where to go to. And even though you know where to go to, they might not even want to teach you, or they might not even want to share with you all these things that we are sharing with you in Sequoia. So every Wednesday night, if you want to learn about Sequoia, every Tuesday night, we have the Spanish training. Mr. Gio Marconi, are you online?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Gio hosts the, say hi to everyone, Gio, and talk about your Tuesday night meeting.
Thank you. No, hello, Sequoia family. Yes, every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time, we have different members of the Sequoia platform to interact with new and pre-existing loan officer assistants or loan agents. So I'm inviting you guys to invite some of the Spanish speaker folks that you may know out there in around your area, and hopefully we'll be able to bring them over, sign them under you and give them the proper assistance that they deserve to have. And obviously you'll get an override for that. So every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock.
Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, that is Spanish. Okay, Spanish. Wednesday night, it's here already. Thursday night, tomorrow night, is Chinese. Okay, if you have any clients that speak Chinese that you want to bring them on board, that's Thursday night, also 8 o'clock. Friday night, my brother Mo. Mo, are you online?
I'm here.
Can you talk about your Friday night meeting?
Oh, absolutely. Friday night meeting is just our Friday night huddle. That's where we get together in a relaxed atmosphere. We study, we learn, and we just elevate in our thinking. This Friday, we're going to discuss, we're going to deal with just the characteristics of a good salesperson and showing professionalism in the sales workplace. Our topic is, you are what you present. Don't be a Tony. So I'll see you guys on this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so you are what you present. We want to increase those sales. See you Friday.
Yep, absolutely. So you see from Tuesday to Friday, we have meetings pretty much every single night. And if you want to learn about this, absolutely, tap into any of our training. Now, if you missed it, it's always on YouTube. So again, if you don't know where our training is hold on. Okay, so if you don't know where our training is, this our website as a loan consultant. When you sign up, you will always have your website. So go all the way down to the bottom of the web page, click on the YouTube icon. This is our YouTube channel. All the meetings that we have on Wednesday night, Thursday night, Tuesday night, whatever that might be, it's all recorded right here and we post it right here. So again, we have over how many videos? Hundreds of videos right here that you can actually go into. And if you cannot sleep at night or want to learn more about commercial lending, then come over here. Okay. So that is all. I see Joseph have your hands raised up. Joseph?
Yeah, hey Alan, are you still doing starting this Monday for new recruits?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is what I'm about to announce. Thank you so much. So Monday, starting next Monday, May 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the same room. Now that meeting is open for everybody. That is what we call the opportunity meeting. So if you have anybody that wants to learn about Sequoia, you want to recruit them into your team, you want to bring them onto the business, that it's Monday night. So Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, same time. Okay. So again, go out there to invite people onto the meeting. If they cannot, yep.
Is it the same Zoom link that we're on now?
Same Zoom link. Okay. Same Zoom link every Monday night. But you will see it on our Facebook. So again, if you're not connected to our Facebook, feel free to connect to our Facebook. Again, it's right here in Sequoia. Click on the Facebook. That is our Facebook page connected to us. All right. We have Instagram, LinkedIn, so on and so forth. So,
Alan.
Hey Mo.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to also jump in there and let everyone know that we will be putting we're starting a virtual office. We already launched our virtual office where you as reps can actually just click on the link into our Zoom, where we stay in that office between the hours of 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, you guys can just pop in the room. You'll see all of us in there. You can come in there, ask your questions. You may even have a customer you need to pop in there.
Yep.
And you can do it as well. It's all going to be on Zoom.
Yep, absolutely. Again, I love that idea. Love that idea. All right.
Where's that Zoom link at, Mo?
We'll be putting it out in, tomorrow.
Facebook, always Facebook.
Yep, Facebook. So I was going to be on Facebook. You'll see it in the group. As soon as the posts are going to be designed, they'll be out, and you guys can just click on that link every day, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
If you need to hop on, you're on a call with a client, it's an emergency, just click on the link. We're in the room. We're in the office.
Yep. So all the advisors will be there, including myself. If we're not traveling, we are all. It's just like go to work right now. Okay.
Alan, I've got a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
EXP.
Yes, EXP.
Any update? Any update?
Yes, we had. It's overwhelmed for me right now. We actually had the meeting today with James again on EXP, and he shared with me what they are trying to do. Now, let me just leak a little bit out from EXP. Okay, EXP right now is building in another platform. What is the name of that platform? Hold on. What is the name of that platform? Give me a second, okay? No, it's right here. I think. Sorry about that. It's called the Renaissance Global. Renaissance Global. It's a new platform that EXP is building right now. So this platform is a global platform where they bring in anything that related to commercials. They will bring in the tax appeal, which it will be on our Sequoia platform that is going to announce very soon. We are already testing out the system, how we talk to each other, things like that. They will bring in property and casualty insurance. They will bring in any other service and products associated with commercial buildings. And most importantly, they will bring in commercial lending. And Sequoia is actually part of it. Okay. So again, very, very exciting news. So, hey, I don't know what else to say. So they want to build this platform not just locally, they want to build this platform globally. So now obviously commercial funding, we can only do it in the United States, but in some cases we can do it outside of the United States. And as a matter of fact, Damon, you bought in that lady Mary and Yasim, and they have 54 deals in Dubai, in Germany, in Turkey, England, all over the place. So we are, as a matter of fact, we are you already been in the meeting with our lender. So again, so most commercial is going to be here in the United States, but however, there are many other product and services that's going to be on our platform that we can actually promote across the globe. So that is what EXP is trying to do, and we are part of it. We are one of the major player in that platform. So again, guys, go out there and let people know that, hey, what kind of company that you're associated with.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, absolutely. So without further ado, one more minute and we can end the meeting. So, hey, do yourself a favor. How many of you in this room got 1099 back in the year 2021, 2020 and 2021? If you had any 1099 income, please do yourself a favor. Go out there to at least apply for the SETC. The 2020 filing will be expired this month. May 15th. It's gone. If that money you do not claim it back, it's gone. The government is going to take it. 2021, you still have 1 year to file. So again, regardless, if you have not yet filed, please file, get your money back. And each one of you can get up to $32,000. Personally, I got back $24,000. Hey, not bad for not bad for a payday. $24,000, right?
What is the form again to file?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
What is the form that we file again?
Okay, let me show you. This is called the SETC. You go to your website, go to product, and come here, called SETC. Okay, you can read about it, what this SETC is all about, so on and so forth, and you click apply. And that's all you needed to do. And you fill in some basic information, so on and so forth. It's going to guide you to the next page where you upload your tax return to our CPA partner firm, and they will evaluate your tax return, and then they will tell you exactly how much money they can get it back. And if you want to learn more about this, you can watch the video right here. It's called the SETC somewhere. Hold on. So go to our YouTube channel, and there it's a video called SETC right here. Self-employed tax credit. Go watch this. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. That's all we got for this Wednesday night. And if you speak Chinese, I see you tomorrow night. And if not, then I see you on Friday night at the same place. So good night, everyone. Have a good night.
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Alan.